Hey, what's up guys? In this video, we are going to be combining two LuxAlgo premium indicators to get a very powerful setup on our charts. And this is the beginning of a brand new series called the Setup Series, where we are going to just go through all of the premium features within LuxAlgo and find different combinations of features that you can use together to form trading strategies or just incorporate in your general technical analysis. Okay, so in this video, we are going to be combining two different indicators by LuxAlgo, which are the LuxAlgo signals and overlays, the one that's displayed right here, as well as the LuxAlgo price action concepts right here. So I don't typically like to combine both of these indicators as they both have very different use cases. Okay, so generally you will notice that this is quite a bit messy. These are both all-in-one toolkits that have very different purposes. The price action concepts is very much pertaining to the market structure, raw price action, and a little bit of volume, okay? And this is an entire toolkit in itself. While the signals and overlays is 100% focused on really what its name is, which is the signals and the dynamic features like the overlays that you can select within the settings and customizing that super deeply. So these have two different use cases, so when combining them, it's typically useful to strip down most of the features from one of them and utilize one toolkit as the primary and the other toolkit as the secondary layer for your analysis. So what we're gonna do in the settings of the signals and overlays indicator is go to the signal mode and turn it off. Go to the candle coloring and turn that off as well. We're very much turning off a lot of core components of the signals and overlays indicator since this video will primarily be about the price action concepts. So what we've done is we turned off the signals, right? We've turned off the signals mode, we've turned off the candle coloring mode, we've turned off the dashboard, and we've just kept the smart trail enabled right here. So we're just going to be utilizing one feature from the signals and overlays indicator, and then in the price action concepts indicator, we are going to customize this slightly. Now, what we can see within the settings of the price action concepts indicator is the market structure right here. And we're going to disable the equal highs and lows since that's not too aligned with the type of strategy that we're going to be implementing within this video. And we're also going to slightly adjust the order blocks. So this is all up to personal preference. You can customize these order blocks in a lot of different ways, whether that's the multi-time frame feature where you're trading on the 15-minute chart and you want 1 hour order blocks, for example, you could do that like this. So you can see these longer term order blocks while using this lower time frame, or you could simply just adjust the length. And we're gonna go ahead and put this time frame setting back to chart so that it applies here. So you could just also adjust the length, which is on 5 by default. And this is all personal preference as mentioned. If you're someone that typically zooms out a bit and you just want more order blocks, like you would expect one to be peering across the entire chart, then this is the scenario where you should likely increase the length setting or use a higher time frame. So in this case, we want to just increase it slightly. We're gonna put it up to 7 so we can get some more significant order blocks on our chart. You can see this one is applying right here. We're gonna increase it a little bit more for this chart just to customize it how we really want. And that is just like this right here, okay? So this is the setup and this is what we are working with for utilizing the LuxAlgo premium indicators together to get some really solid trading strategies that you can implement. So the first thing that you will notice is that these change of character labels can oftentimes appear at the very top of an impulse, right? And that is a completely normal thing because the way you're supposed to utilize change of characters when you're analyzing market structure is to then look for a setup to actually enter the market and then use the break of structure labels as confirmations during that trade. So if we're going to go on replay mode right here and take a look at this example where we had this change of character plus, which means that it's a more confirmed reversal signal that we want to pay closer attention to, look at the setups that form in the market, we can see that this was a perfect setup for us as the price continued upwards. And then if you were patient, you saw that it went right down and retested the smart trail, which is a really great setup to be looking for when utilizing market structure and this smart trail, which is a part of the signals and overlays indicator by LuxAlgo. Okay, so in this scenario, if you were to take note of the change of character label, look for the retest on the smart trail, and then target the order blocks above, you can have a really great setup right there that you can see play out as price makes its way up into the upper order blocks right here. And the important things to note, of course, when trading with the order blocks by LuxAlgo is that they will become mitigated and there will be new order blocks forming. So that's why in the beginning of this video, when you saw the order blocks not on replay mode, you can see that they're in totally different positions. And you're seeing that these are the most actionable order blocks to use right now. Yes, they may have played out in the past. Of course, it's just showing you the significant zones to consider and how you can use these as potential targets or entries alongside these signals and overlays and the market structure. So another confirmation to consider, because the smart trail setup is not something that always happens, is simply a break of structure, right? If you get a change of character and then you get a break of structure, like this right here, this is when you can get a little bit more confidence that there is a solidified trend ongoing based on the market structure that is on your chart. That's why you'll typically see a lot of the time, you'll see change of character, another change of character. Once you see a break of structure, you can look for that setup again while being a bit more confident that the trend is actually continuing to the upside. In this scenario, you could consider an entry down at this zone where the order blocks are. Of course, it's at 7%, so that's not quite significant. We may not want to really consider that. We might just want to consider that this trend is going to continue to the upside. And the targets, since we have the signals and overlays, which has dynamic features, has the smart trail up here. And what can we notice about this specific example is that it's right within a very high volume order block, which is actually the highest volume order block that we can see on the price action concepts indicator. So maybe in this specific example, you could either target an entry down here or just decide that this is enough confirmation for you and we want to target this general area that I've circled right here as our obvious point of interest for trading with these two indicators together. And what can we see? We see a quick entry into the order block, and as we can see, the bounce has played out, and we're noticing that that general area that we were watching, we noticed that that was the area where we got our first initial reaction to the downside right here. Obviously, this was a clear area of resistance, and it would have been an incredible trade to take by utilizing these two indicators together while trading here on the 15-minute time frame. That's just two basic examples, and of course you can watch it play out again. You know, these trends, you got this break of structure, these trends can play out really well. You will certainly be able to see how powerful these order blocks really are, just to consider as general zones for taking profit or finding nice entry setups. These order blocks are really, really great to analyze, especially always considering these percentages and the volume that's within them, so that you know what's likely to happen in a more educated way than just drawing typical support and resistance levels. If there's high volume at an order block, like right here, this is 26% compared to 10%, compared to 15%, the higher the percentage is, the more likely that that order block is going to act as a level of support or resistance. And then the volume bars within it is telling you how active from this level the buyers were in green or the sellers were in red. So if the buyers were highly active at a certain level, then you can consider that the buyers are likely exhausted and the sellers can certainly come in. Same thing the other way around when you see there's more selling volume compared to the buying volume. You can consider that the sellers are exhausted and maybe you're looking for some sort of short squeeze as price goes into an order block down below with more selling volume, right? You can see that right here. That's a perfect example as well. This is a great interpretation when using the order block specifically. And I think that's really important to mention because we see that in our community all the time. There is a little bit of confusion when it comes to how to actually analyze these volumetric order blocks here within the LuxAlgo price action concepts. So that pretty much wraps up this video. I just wanted to make a quick example for you guys as a part of our new setup series, and definitely expect more of these to come very soon. We're gonna just be uploading them non-stop so that we have a huge playlist of tons of potential setups using the LuxAlgo premium indicators, which you can get access to, of course, on luxalgo.com. So all the links for that are in the description. And thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.